Welcome, viewers. In a world where political discourse often feels overshadowed by sensationalism and sound bites, Joe Rogan has carved out a unique space for in-depth conversations that dive deep into the issues of the day. His recent podcast episode featuring Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, commonly known as AOC, stirred the pot and captivated audiences across the political spectrum. What unfolded was not just a confrontation but a multifaceted discussion that peeled back layers of ideology, media influence, and the very nature of political engagement in the 21st century. Imagine a dimly lit studio, the air thick with anticipation as Joe Rogan, a seasoned podcaster known for his unfiltered style, welcomes AOC into his realm. The contrast between Rogan's laid-back demeanor and Ocasio-Cortez's passionate advocacy sets the stage for a compelling exchange. As they delve into the heart of various issues, from climate change and healthcare to social justice and political tactics, their dialogue illuminates the complexities of modern politics. Rogan, known for his probing questions, doesn't shy away from challenging AOC on her stances. He questions her approach to progressive policies, pushing her to articulate the practical implications of her proposals. This is where the conversation takes a sharp turn. AOC, equipped with her characteristic fervor, defends her positions, highlighting the urgency of her agenda while grappling with Rogan's skepticism. What resonated with listeners was not just the clash of ideas but the way both figures navigated their differences. Rogan, while critical, also expresses a genuine curiosity about how policies would affect everyday Americans. AOC, in turn, emphasizes the importance of bold action in the face of systemic inertia. This back and forth creates a dynamic that is both enlightening and entertaining, keeping listeners on the edge of their seats. As the conversation progresses, Rogan and AOC begin to unpack the ideological divide that often characterizes political discussions in the U.S. AOC's advocacy for policies like the Green New Deal and universal healthcare stands in stark contrast to Rogan's more libertarian leanings. They explore how social media shapes public opinion, the role of misinformation, and the challenges of engaging a polarized electorate. Rogan raises poignant questions about the effectiveness of grassroots movements and whether they can achieve meaningful change within a system that seems resistant to reform. AOC counters that activism is essential, arguing that history has shown that transformative change often originates from the ground up. Their debate serves as a microcosm of the larger national conversation about the future of American democracy. One of the most captivating moments occurs when they discuss the role of media, both traditional and social, in shaping narratives. Rogan, who has often been critical of mainstream media, probes AOC on her relationship with the press. He challenges her to consider how sound bites can dilute complex messages and whether her style of communication alienates potential allies. AOC acknowledges the pitfalls of media representation but defends her approach as a means of reaching younger audiences who crave authenticity. She argues that the passion behind her words is a reflection of the urgency of the issues at hand. This exchange serves as a crucial reminder of the responsibility that public figures have in their communication and the impact it has on shaping public discourse. Following the podcast's release, social media erupted with a mix of admiration and criticism. Supporters of AOC praised her ability to hold her ground against a seasoned interviewer, while critics argued that she failed to adequately address some of Rogan's tougher questions. Meanwhile, Rogan's fans lauded his willingness to engage with a controversial figure, noting that his style often allows for a more nuanced conversation than typical political interviews. The episode sparked a broader discussion about the effectiveness of dialogue in a divided political landscape. Can figures like Rogan and AOC bridge the gap between opposing ideologies? Or does such engagement merely serve to reinforce existing divisions? These questions lingered long after the episode aired, prompting listeners to reflect on their own beliefs and the sources from which they derive their information. As the dust settles from this podcast episode, it's clear that Joe Rogan's conversation with AOC was more than a mere clash of personalities. It was a critical examination of the current state of American politics. Both figures, despite their differences, exemplify the importance of dialogue in fostering understanding and promoting progress. Their discussion serves as a reminder that, in an age of polarized opinions and echo chambers, thoughtful engagement is essential for navigating the complex landscape of contemporary issues. In the end, whether one agrees with AOC or Rogan, their exchange invites us to consider our own roles in political discourse. It challenges us to seek out conversations that may be uncomfortable but are ultimately necessary for a thriving democracy. The podcast not only exposed the nuances of AOC's political philosophy but also highlighted the vital need for open dialogue in bridging ideological divides. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.